My dear students, so far we have discussed about competency-based questions in too much detail. Now we have to conclude that what are the several other things which we may need to consider in a competency-based interviewing or competency-based questions. There are some questioning techniques which need to be avoided. Applicants may also provide trait responses during the interview as a substitute for a specific example. And this is likely to happen in response to an open-ended question. Whenever you would ask open-ended question, the people would give prompt response, and in such response, they miss sub-specific examples about their job-specific competencies. When an applicant lacks sufficient expertise and is hoping to express you with the fancy words and phrases, for example, if you were to ask, what is your greatest strength? And if you are asking this question, the applicant could reply like this: I excel at problem solving. A good question. A good answer. All right. Not really. What have you learned about the applicant? I think nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because this question is very simple and the person's answer is very critical. I excel at the problem solving. And excelling at problem solving means something for one person and something for another person. So you need to be more specific and you need to ask a question which may explain about with the help of examples. If you want to know about a person's strength, try the two-pronged approach. Ask the open-ended trait question first, or what is your greatest strength, and then follow up with a competency-based questions. So you can get an idea that how much person is strengthful in his job. Give me an example of how you have used your greatest strength as your current job. Now if the applicant says, I excel at the problem solving, in response to the first question, she must back it up with a specific example. So you may ask for a specific example. So trait responses are also more likely to take you away from exploring a person's darker side. So applicants naturally stress strength and attributes. It's very natural thing that whenever you are interviewing something, he used to try to impress yourself with his strength and attributes. Interviewers have a tendency to focus on the positive, hoping for the perfect match. So you must have to ask some question about the negative characteristics. So consequently, relevant negative characteristics are overlooked only to surface after the person has been hired. So it is not a good idea that you are allowing applicant to talk only about the positive strengths and attributes. It is better to ask some question which may surface some of the weaknesses among the candidates, which would be surfaced later on after the hiring. To avoid going down this path, interviewers are urged to explore negative information by asking competency-based questions that will provide evidence about past mistakes and problems. So you always need to ask questions about the past mistakes and problems as well. When applicants are bombarding you with a self-praise, it's hard to remember that they probably can't do everything equally well. So you may ask certain questions. So as you ask about person's strength, examine the flip side and ask, tell me what is something about yourself that you would like to improve? Because in every applicant, there are chances of improvement. There are some areas of improvement. And being an interviewer, it is very much important to talk about such kind of things as well. Applicants should never feel forced to choose between two or more alternatives. That kind of setup implies that the correct answer is among the options you have offered, negating any additional possibilities. So whenever you have to ask a question, competency-based question, also talk about the areas of improvement among the applicants.